Welcome to another exciting episode of Purana Talk.
After Dark.
Chapter 168 of the Garuda Purana, Skanda 1.
Diseases.
Dhanvantari said, by some coincidence, I'm actually wearing my Dhanvantari t-shirt, which I purchased from Urban Outfitters, like at the beginning of time, when they were still, almost cool or something. And, but still completely in the dark. How they came up with Dhanvantari, it's like a Nepalese postage stamp. But this is the Lord of Ayurveda.
Who's
been talking all this
Purana.
time. Yeah.
So
on a shirt.
So there you go.
Okay.
You never know where you'll find it.
Dhanvantari said, O Sushruta, I shall succinctly explain the recipes of medicinal compounds, removing all ailments for the sake of longevity of all living beings.
Our second remedial chapter.
There's more to follow. We're in the remedies section. Fine. This is stanzas 2 to 3. By the intake of astringent, pungent, bitter, acid, or parchifying foodstuffs, anxiety, inordinate sexual intercourse, physical fatigue, fright, grief, keeping awake at night, loud talking, carrying heavy loads, undue exertions, and pulling hard, Vayu gets aggravated during the rainy seasons, when the food is digested, or at the close of the day.
So this is for astringent, pungent, bitter, acid.
It's warning you basically that you're going to aggravate your Vayu during the rainy season, or when you eat, or at the close of the day, if you're taking too much astringent, pungent, bitter, acid, or parchifying foods, suffering from anxiety, having too much sex, physical fatigue, fright, grief, keeping awake at night, loud carrying, talking on, partying, hanging out. Go to bed. Get some rest.
So parchifying foods are things that are dried?
Yeah, things that dry you out. That dry out
salty
your mouth.
things.
Yeah, well, it's already mentioned astringent, pungent, bitter, acid, or parchifying foods.
But it hasn't mentioned salty.
It didn't mention salty specifically. I think parchifying would probably be in the salty. Salty would be parchifying.
And anxiety.
And inordinate sexual intercourse.
The ordinate one is okay.
The ordinate is okay.
Mandatory in some cases.
Physical fatigue, fright, grief, keeping awake at night, loud talking. All of these things will aggravate your vata, especially during the rainy season when you're eating or at the close of the day.
But I like potato chips
I
in
know.
the evening.
I know. You're a bad...
I'm a bad vata.
Yeah, you're a vata too.
I can't change.
I know. Well, and I'm a pitta, and frankly, I'm sure they'll get around to it, but these things aren't good for me either.
Yeah.
And yet, I persist.
Okay.
4 and 5. By the intake of hot acids, saline, alkaline, and pungent foodstuffs, by taking food before perfect digestion, exposure to sunshine, warmth of fire, drinking of spirituous liquors, and anger, pitta gets aggravated. I told you pitta was coming. When the food is in the process of digestion in the midday after the rainy season, in the summer, and at midnight. All right, now, so what we're seeing is not only the things that you eat that could aggravate pitta, it's also the times of day and the seasons that aggravate pitta. So vatas are aggravated during the rainy season and at meals and at sunset. On the other hand, pittas...
This whole section is food.
Well, Ayurveda is all about food. Okay. Yeah, pittas will get aggravated. Your pitta dosha will get aggravated when the food is in the process of digestion, in the middle of the day, after the rainy season, in summer, and at midnight.
I'm wondering if they're talking about food that's beginning to break down.
They didn't say that.
In the middle of digestion is what.
No. It's in your digestive process.
Yeah. But what,
While digesting food,
like you shouldn't eat more until what you've eaten is digested, or what are they saying?
I
Yeah.
what they say. Hey, what happened to you?
Oh, it's tipping.
It's tipping over.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Good he noticed.
Yeah.
You were getting the Purana Talk Sealing Edition.
All right. By the intake of sweet, acid, saline, fatty, heavy, and very cold articles of food. By taking in newly harvested rice, flesh of animals, by living in marshy places, and lubricious stuffs. This is not translated very well. Want of sufficient exercise, sleep during the day, luxurious, easygoing habits, kapha gets aggravated immediately after food, or at dusk, or in the spring. It all seems to be about, right after you eat. Everybody's having problems there. But these are the foods that especially will bother you. And these are the foods that, that traditionally say kappas are aggravated by. Kappas need to avoid sweets and heavy, fatty foods. They should be eating light and spicy and fresh, salads. More salads for kappas. Okay, the symptoms of aggravation of vayu are these. It's gone through the doshas. Now it's going to talk about vayu, wind. Wind has a specific kind of connection with vata, vayu. It's the va. The symptoms of aggravation of vayu are these: roughness of the body, contraction of limbs, aching pain, obstruction to the passage of waste matter, insensibility, horripilation, rigidity, emaciation, a dark brown complexion, looseness of limbs, increase in exertion, etc. Hence, ailments in which these symptoms are seen are those produced by vayu aggravation. Mind you, it told us it was going to give us remedies, and it's going right back to symptomology.
Well, they go together. But it was mentioning things you could do. Like,
don't do this.
Don't eat these.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess that's sort of...
If.
Burning sensation, heat, wetness of feet, anger without reason, lustfulness, exhaustion, pungent and acid eructation. Foul smell in the sweat like that of a dead body. Fainting, excessive thirst, vertig. They left off the
Go.
O. They left off the O. They got the G.
Vertig.
O. Yellow and green color. These
of what?
It doesn't say, but it's bad. These are the
it, please.
Right, these are the symptoms of pitta affliction in men. Oh, that's a hint. 11. Glossiness of the body, sweet taste in the mouth, delayed execution of things, obstruction, paralyzed numbness, satiation, amassedness, anasarca, chillness, heaviness. These are all kapha issues. Heaviness, itching sensation, and overwhelming attack of sleep are the symptoms of kapha aggravation.
So what verse is that?
11:12. Ailments caused by two doshas in combination must be known by the combination of symptoms. A sanipataja ailment exhibits all the symptoms as it is caused by all the doshas in combination. The body is the receptacle and base for all the doshas, dhatus, and waste matter. Dhatus are the constituent elements of the body. 14. Equilibrium of doshas indicates normal health. If any of them increases or decreases, it indicates sickness. Fat, blood, flesh, suet, bones, marrow, and semen are the 7 dhatus. They've been referred to before, but this is the first time in this Purana that I've just seen a list of the 7 dhatus.
So what verse?
14.
And what's the series?
Fat, blood, flesh, suet, bones, marrow, and semen.
Fat, blood, flesh, suet, S-U-I-T,
E-T.
S-U-E-T.
Otherwise, it's just suit.
Right. Suet and...
Bones, marrow, and semen.
Bones, marrow, semen.
There are other variations, there are other versions of this, and I'm thinking that ojas is actually should be in the list too, and it seems that suet,
Suet and fat are synonymous.
which is not appropriate, but suet is beef tallow, right? Isn't it?
Well, it's fat though.
Yeah, it's fat.
So
And
what I'm
fat's already
pointing out
been
is
here.
fat's in the list. So,
Yeah, I know.
So maybe that's where it goes. Is
Maybe that's
instead of one of those.
okay.
And what is it?
Don't accept our authority on this.
We're guessing.
Talking. It's Purana
Second
Talk.
guessing. Suet. What did you say?
Bones, marrow, and semen.
Is the missing one?
Ojas. Ojas. O-J-A-S. Which is sort of
energy.
There's a sense, it seems to me, when you're looking at the list, that each one is like a concentration of the one, a more subtle form of the other one before, and the ojas is the element that kind of transcends. It's subtler and more intense even than semen. It's like
right,
whatever. But again, we're just talking. I'm not the expert on this, but that it just seems to me that I remember reading lists of dhatus that
so there's 7 of these too.
There's 7. 15. Vayu, Pitta, and Kapha are the 3 doshas.
They've been using these terms for a long time, so getting around to defining them, good idea.
Feces, urine, etc. are called malas, waste matter. Vayu is cool, light, subtle, cause of loss of voice, strong and unsteady. Pitta is acid, pungent, hot. Unripeness, undigestedness is the cause of sickness. Kapha is sweet, saline, glossy, heavy, and lubricious. Vayu is seated in rectum and buttocks. It seems like they're using Vayu and Vata as interchangeable.
I believe so.
Vayu is seated in rectum and buttocks. Pitta is located in the digestive cavity. Kapha is located in the abdomen, throat, and joints of the cranium. Things of pungent, bitter, and stringent taste aggravate Vayu. Things pungent, acid, and saline in taste aggravate Pitta. Things sweet, hot, and saline aggravate Kapha.
So these are some rules.
These are kind of recommendations, things to avoid. Don't be surprised if they aggravate. Now, one of the wonderful things about Ayurveda, is, first of all, it gives you lots of prescriptions of proper ways to behave, but isn't terribly judgmental. It really does like to give a lot of opportunity to balance it out. So, this is more like, know that these things could get you into trouble, but in Ayurveda there are also countermeasures that can be taken to pacify these things. So it's possible that you can enjoy some of them in moderation, if you consider that there are other things that you can consume or do or be that don't aggravate that particular dosha or set of doshas. All right. Things sweet, hot, saline aggravate kapha. These are administered in reverse order to quell the aggravated doshas. There you go. I think it's telling us you administer the opposite. The missing dosha. To alleviate the aggravation, you provide the balance. The balancing things. Whatever that might be. Yeah. Well, once it's aggravated, you can certainly say, stop eating pungent, bitter, and stringent things. Stringent, by which it means astringent. Stringent, I just realized it. 19. These are administered in reverse order. We did that. 20. Sweet taste improves the power of vision and increases lymph secretion and the dhatus. And lymph, of course, was not listed in the Dhatu list over there. And I've seen lymph and plasma both somehow work their way into this list, so obviously there's more than one version of it. An acid taste at the end is relishing, appetizing, and digestant. So at the end of a meal, I think is probably what it's saying. A bitter taste is appetizing, curative of fever, remover of thirst, laxative, and cause of emaciation. An astringent taste excites pitta, is scraping, rigidifier, and absorbent. A drug is good if it is the receptacle of tastes, potency, and relieving after effects. A drug consistent in taste and after effects has all properties. The potency of a drug is twofold. Shita, cooling. Ushna, heating. The paka, or digestive transformation of the tastes, is twofold, sweet and pungent. Physician, medicine, patient, and plenty of nurses. These four are the important constituents in the process of treatment.
Better have somebody that cares enough to take care of you.
Any deficiency in them renders the process unfruitful. A physician shall start his work after thoroughly understanding the habitation, season, age of the patient, digestive power, physical temperament, nature of his constitution, drug, physical strength, and the ailment. That country is called Sadharana, which has both the characteristics of Jangala, hilly forest, root of the word jungle, source of our jungle, and Anupa, marshy lands. A patient is a Bala, child, till the 16th year. Till the 70th year, Madhya, middle-aged, and Vridha, old, thereafter. So, the three stages, basically, they're saying, is childhood up till 16. From 16 until 70, you're middle-aged. I like that. And then you're old. We can renegotiate this at 70, but at the moment, I like that. Kapha, Pitta, and Vayu respectively predominate in the three stages of life. All modes of treatment except those involving alkaline, surgical, and fire operations are to be followed in a debilitated or aged person. A lean person must be given brahmana, treatment making one stout, and to a corpulent man the treatment is karshanam, reducing bulk.
So you fatten them up.
You fatten up the skinny guys, or you
make them skinnier.
Yeah, just they like people in the middle. It looks like a body of medium structure should be maintained as it is. Thus, three kinds of bodies shall be known: overweight, that ought to lose some; underweight, that ought to gain some; and just right.
So fat and
typology.
Jack Sprat.
Yes. The strength of a patient should be understood from his steadiness, exercises, and gaiety of mind. An enthusiastic, adventuresome man does not show signs of decline or decay. Drink and diet, though opposed to his temperament, yet giving him relief and pleasure, are termed his satmya, or second nature. If the pregnant woman takes kapha-generating foodstuffs, the child will be kapha prakriti. Kapha nature.
I wanted the spelling of the word that means second nature.
They're saying satmya. S-A with a line over it. T-M-Y-A. Satmya. Okay, so if a pregnant woman eats kapha-generating foodstuffs, she'll have a kapha kid. It says the same is the case with Vayu-generating and Pitta-generating foodstuffs. If a balanced diet is maintained, the child should be Samma dhatu, having all fundamental constituents in proper proportions, equal samma. A vata temperament person is lean, harsh, and volatile. What? He has few.
Right again.
He has few hair, and he prattles in dream. He does.
I have a lot of Vata tendencies.
A Pitta temperament person, me, is irritable, scholarly, and sweats a lot. Or as it says here, and perspiring too much. His hair turned prematurely gray. Not all of this is true. He dreams of fiery blazing things.
Well, when there's fiery blazing things, especially.
34. A Kapha temperament person is of steady mind, subtle in speech, and of gay disposition.
We've known a few of those.
He has glossy hair. In dreams, he sees water and rocks.
Crashing on the waves. Okay.
Don't project.
Good luck with that.
If a person exhibits the traits peculiar to 2 or 3 doshas, he must be considered mixed temperament. The predominant traits will be those of the predominant dosha. 36. The digestive power is sluggish, sharp, irregular, or normal if kapha or pitta or vayu predominates or remains in equilibrium. Okay. Not sure I get that. Oh, I guess it's telling in order, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The digestive power is sluggish, sharp, irregular, or normal. See, that's 4 choices. Sluggish, sharp, irregular, or normal. Maybe that's the third one. If kapha, pitta, or vayu predominates. Vayu is changeable, so it could be irregular or not irregular.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's vayu. Okay, 37. The normal one should be preserved. The irregular one is to be remedied by curbing vayu, the sharp one by antidotes to pitta, and the sluggish one by eliminating kapha. So normal, they're just not counting. The digestive power is sluggish, sharp, irregular, or normal. Mm-hmm. If it's sluggish, it's kapha. If it's sharp, it's pitta. If it's irregular, it's vayu.
And you wouldn't be...
The vayu changes.
So you wouldn't be treating it if it was normal.
If it's normal, just leave it alone. The normal one should be preserved. The irregular one is remedied by curbing vayu, the sharp one by antidotes of pitta, and the sluggish one by eliminating kapha. The root cause of all ailments is indigestion, resulting from the annihilation of the gastric fire. I told you, Ayurvedic's all about eating. Indigestion is of 4 types: ama, amla, rasa, vishtamba. The ama sort of indigestion causes cholera, sluggishness of the heart, etc. The antidote for this is the administration of an emetic with the washings of the drug vacha with salt. Vacha, it tells us, is the Acorus calamus.
Oh, interesting.
So
that's used in American Indian stuff to quit smoking and to cleanse the body.
For here, they're using it for ama form of indigestion that causes cholera, sluggishness of the heart, etc. Damned etceteras.
Yeah, what does that mean in this case? So
the next one is the amla. Due to amla acidity, the disorders non-secretion of semen, vertigo, fainting fits, and excessive thirst are observed. The remedy there is drinking unboiled cold water and inhaling chill air. Just be careful where you get that unboiled cold water from. In the rasa type of indigestion, affecting lymph secretion, the symptoms are breaking pain in the limbs, sluggishness of the head, and repugnance for food. The remedy in this case is complete abstention from food and drink and sleep during the day. I think abstention from sleep during the day is what it means. Abstention from food and drink and sleep during the day. Sleep during the day isn't appreciated much in India. They do it.
Though in the
They
hot
don't
season
approve.
they're doing it.
Oh yeah, they do it. Okay, maybe it gets justified later in this. 42. The two symptoms of acute pain and enlarged spleen indicate the Vishtamba form of indigestion, marked by suppression of feces and urine. Diaphoretic measures and salt water for drinking are the antidote in this case. 43-44. The types of indigestion Ama, Amla, Vishtamba are respectively caused by Kapha, Pitta, and Vayu. A sensible man suffering from any of these shall plaster his stomach with a paste of hingu, which is hing, asafoetida, triushana, which is also called trikatu, and this is the combination mentioned of black pepper, long pepper, and ginger, the three hot things, biting heat, and salt. So plaster your stomach with a paste of hing, trikatu, and salt, basically, and take a nap in the daytime.
Really drawing.
Take a nap in the daytime. You see, they just told you to take a nap in the daytime. They had just told you not to sleep during the daytime, or at least we think that's what they were telling us.
Yeah.
But if you rub your belly with black pepper, long pepper, ginger, and hing and salt, take a nap, somebody will come and lick it off. It sounds delicious. All right. Okay, and it says, if you do this, all sorts of indigestion will be dispelled. Hosts of illness result from unwholesome articles, and hence one should forsake all unwholesome articles.
Don't do it if it's not good. Fine.
Hot water taken after honey is a good digestant. Milk in combination with bamboo shoots, curd, and fish. Milk is incompatible with bamboo shoots, curd, and fish. Milk and curd, it's like milk and yogurt, are incompatible. How could that be?
With fish.
No, it doesn't say that, though.
No.
It says milk. I lost it now. Milk is incompatible with bamboo shoots, curd, and fish.
I don't know why milk would be incompatible with yogurt.
This was my point.
Yeah. Maybe because the yogurt turns the milk into yogurt, but
okay, maybe
that's the reasoning.
This is the first mention of bamboo shoots that I've seen.
45.
45.
Don't eat together or something.
Don't eat milk with bamboo shoots, curd, and fish. Maybe it's a dish made with bamboo shoots, curd, and fish. Mm-hmm. There in Bengal, they make a delicious dish that's fish in curd, and who knows, maybe a few bamboo shoots. But dohi much. All right. 46. The 5 big root drugs are, and their name in Sanskrit is the Mahat Panchamula, the great 5 roots. That's literally what it says. It doesn't say drugs in there, but Mahat Panchamula. Bilva, Shona, Gambhari, Patala, and Ganikarika. In Latin, these are the Aegle marmelos, Aegle marmelos. But we know bilva. I mean, bilva is referred to all the time. So let's just call it bilva. The Shona, it tells us, is the Bignonia indica. The Gambhari is the Gmelina arborea. It's literally Gmelina. So is that a typo or is it real? Gmelina arborea. That's Gambhari. Patala is the Bignonia suaviolens with 2 F's. Suspicious spellings.
Yeah, well, it can happen.
And finally, the Ganikarika is the Premna spinosa.
Sometimes F's are S's.
Yeah, but not, well.
If they're quoting some really old manuscript.
Yeah, and they sort of persisted in German somehow too, didn't they? But anyway, it's a Bignonia. There's a Bignonia indica and a Bignonia suaviolens.
We've got to remember to get the books there at the store. And then we can check these things.
Can you help us remember? Anyway, they are appetizing and they dispel excess of kapha and vayu.
Thank God.
The small Panchamula drugs are, so there's the big five and now the little five. They are Shalaparni, which is the Desmodium gangeticum or Hedicerum G. Okay, that's the Shalaparni. The Prishniparni is the Phlegmionitis cordifolia. Two types of Brahati, the Solanum indicum, and Gokshura, Tribulus lanuginosus. That's the Gokshura. And they dispel excess of vayu and pitta. They're aphrodisiac in character.
Right.
You act like you knew that. But both these two groups together are called Dashamula, which means 10 roots. The big five, the small five, the 10. They cure all fevers of Sanipataja type. And Sanipataja means from 3 doshas combined. They are very good in cough, asthma, somnolence, and pain in the sides. Medicinal oils, ghees, and paste prepared with these are very good in alaka ailments. Sanipataja, it says. So, again, caused by all 3 doshas. Drugs with 4 times water added? No. Drugs with 4 times water shall be boiled and reduced to 1/4.
So you want 4 times the amount.
One part of the
water.
herb, 4 times that much herb. Then you cook them, you boil them together until they're reduced
by 1/3
to 1/4 of the total. So it's still a little bigger than what you started out with. You've hydrated that herb or something like that by its roots. So they're probably dry, hard things that need quite a lot of water. But then you cook it until that water is reabsorbed virtually with a little bit remaining
and evaporated.
Drugs with 4 times water shall be boiled and reduced to 1/4. Add 4 times of butter or oil to this with equal quantity of milk. The kulka or residue will be 1/4 of the oil or butter. The medicated butter or of good paka, crystal, it says proper cooking of good paka, well prepared, well cooked medicinal butter, is a good clyster in troubles with urinary bladder. It's a clyster. Clyster. Look it up.
So they're putting oil or butter in.
Now, this is very similar to how we're making brahmi oil. Because you make a tea from the herb, and then you add the oil to that.
And then you boil it until the water's gone.
Basically, yeah.
Then you strain out the herb, and you have oil.
Yeah, I strain it out a little bit before all the water is gone, but yeah.
Close enough.
And then continue cooking out.
So you're getting the water-soluble constituents, but you're also getting the oil-soluble ones.
And they're putting in milk too sometimes. So which is kind of water and oil. It has both of those things going on it. So you make a medicated butter out of this. The hard kulka can be applied over the body, and the soft dust can be used as an erhine. I know. Where does he come up with these words? ERRHINE. Erhine. Go ahead, use it for an erhine. Erhine. I don't know. 51. The gross body and the sense organs must be well thought of. If they are in their proper function, that is called normalcy of health. A person destined for longevity must be properly attended to. A person whose activities of the sense organs are perverted hasten towards death's door. A person who hates the physician, friends, and elders, and he who loves enemies too, follows suit. 53. He whose heel bones, knees, forehead, jaw bones, cheekbones suffer from prolapsus dies ere long. 54. Left eye sinking in the socket, dark tongue, deranged nose, black lips dislodged from their seats, and a face turned black. All these indicate death, and hence those patients must be given up. Sounds like they're already dead.
Well, it sounds like he's saying don't take hopeless cases.
Yeah.
That's what he's really saying. All right. Thanks.
That
was interesting.
Have a good night.